ideally, we're still looking at
the cool season.
Yeah, I don't know this month,
right?
but
We're still there.
probably because I'm applying for that job and segments of my time. So how long the drive is it from where you are to Uliana? Or do you not use
Well, from here, no, I fly. But from here to Carson City is 7.5 hours.
And from, do you know how far it is from like Costa Mesa? Pierre should know that. Because he always
I do. I think it's close to 10. 10, 11. Mm-hmm. It's a day. Yeah. Oh, but the problem is I don't have a key to the office anymore like I used to. So if you have to have like an appointment during the regular time, Monday through Thursday, in order for me to do it.
Like things change. Well, I'll try to get it.
No, the office I was at before for 13 years, I had a key to the offices, no problem whatsoever, to go in anytime.
Yeah.
What about your head?
May I ask who I haven't given one of these to yet, so that I might make sure that everyone. Did you have one? One. You have two already. Did you get a third?
Well, we're on to you, Pierre.
Damn it, caught.
Oh, excuse me. Did I miss?
Notice I didn't give it back.
When did you give it away?
I give one away.
Steve.
Do you have the one we already gave?
Some door prizes.
I want another one.
Before we start, I want to make an announcement. Actually, last night in the dream that I discussed, I talked about Is It All Relative? It was a book, a very profound book. But I didn't mention that the author is Pierre Grimes.
Oh.
So it's very important that those who may not know should know.
No. We don't know whether it matters in the dream. See, it's the dream that determines meaning. Right? And you may be right. So we may have to go back to it with that in mind and see whether it plays a role.
Well, I knew who wrote it in the dream. I knew whose it was.
Well, I don't go by what's usual, you know. That's why they call me Pierre the Unusual.
But if you're going to talk about her dream for a second, she walked over to me last night after the exploration. It was the funniest thing because I had said to her, "Why do you suppose Pseudo-Dionysius was sitting out on the open in that bag?" And she came up to me later and said, "God, Plato is hidden inside of Pseudo-Dionysius. The writings of Pseudo-Dionysius hide Plato. So that book could be out in the open in the bag."
Did you say that?
Yeah.
No, I said that. But
Said what?
did it come from the dream?
Yeah. Okay. See. Thank you. Wouldn't that be important?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, if you take a dream in terms of symbols and what they mean within a historical sense, a philosophical sense, then it gains all kinds of meaning. But that's one way of dealing with dreams. I'm very cautious about that.
Whether that came from the dream. Yeah.
Right.
Well, whether it did or not, it was such a strong parallel to the story of her past, the story of... I mean, it's like a perfect little piece to fit in the dream.
And that's why I would ignore it.
Oh.
Yes. And I'll tell you a story.
She knows that about Pseudo-Dionysius. Her dream master knows she knows that about Pseudo-Dionysius. So he's got
see if I agree. Yeah.
So he's got that book sitting straight out in the open,
Yeah. Was it in the dream?
Yes, it was in the dream that Pseudo-Dionysius was.
All these connections in the dream.
No. But if you were to ask me what the symbol meant, I would have included that.
Thank you.
Checking.
Let's see. So this is kind of I have the daydreams. The dream is Tuesday.
What's the relationship in terms of time between the daydream and the dream?
Daydreams came first.
Okay, we'll do the
then the
daydream
dream.
first. Okay.
Okay. This was the spontaneous dream projection. There we go. Symbolic dream goal.
I put my goal as philosophy and study, the Republic, and is it all relative? And then I went through a process of I can't visualize the number, or vocalize them.
Oh, it's just going too fast. I'm so slow. What's the other song?
Okay.
Yeah, this is the, go ahead.
Yeah, that, you said come up with your most ideal goal.
Yes.
That was the
Keep going.
direction. And I went through a process while I was doing that. I put myself down because when you ask to visualize numbers, I can't do that. I just always automatically connect it with my breath. And then I put it down. It's necessary and natural that I do that. But then I judge myself as lacking, and I'm not with the program. Then I say, well, let that judgment go. Go back to your breath. The fantasies and daydreams will arise anyhow.
Recovered? Go ahead.
Yeah. So then I pictured myself. I went back into it, and then this image came up. And I pictured myself as the painting of the philosopher. I don't know if it's a Rembrandt painting, but it's a classic painting that you've seen. I think they've done posters of it. It's called The Philosopher, I believe. And it's this old man and this beard, and he's in this dark room, and there's tomes of books all around, and this candle, and glowing candle.
Yeah.
Reading by an illuminated candle.
Yeah.
But then I stopped that image, and I said, well, there's no dialogue with anybody else. And so I went back into the goal, and I'm going, okay, what are the steps? And so I tried to come up with steps like the time, the place, the setting. And when I did that, I had an image of the Tibetans in Dharma Combat, in that Houston Smith film that we had seen. And then I saw that I was in that image, and I said, go back to the steps. And at that point, it was difficult. I was sleepy, nauseous, dizzy. And then I had a thought that the image of the lonely philosopher, to let go of that, and rather a philosopher would be active, coming out, examining self and others with compassion and sincerity. And then another judgment came in that everything that had gone before all of this was trivial, not with a program, superficial, and especially when I thought of saying it to others or putting it out, other people would laugh and ridicule and pity and patronize me. And then I'd have a little note to myself, said, be brave, Rhonda, put it out. And then I wrote a note to myself that I reflected on it. I said, this seems like a dream to put it out. So that's the daydream.
Good. Good. Thank you.
Or the guided imagery. And so you want the dream? Okay. I was with two friends, one of them here at the seminar, another friend, a very dear.
What?
I was with two friends.
Right.